In recent years, I've noticed something that has been worrying many people, and not just the elderly. The feeling that memory is not quite the same anymore. That difficulty in remembering a name, an appointment, where we left the keys. At first, it seems common, a natural consequence of aging. But when we start noticing that it happens repeatedly, day after day, a certain fear arises. A silent fear of losing a part of who we are. After all, memory is not just a function of the brain. It is our identity. It's what allows us to recognize faces, relive moments, store what we've learned, and above all, maintain the thread of our story. And what if I told you that, although aging brings inevitable changes, there are natural ways to protect and even strengthen memory? Science has shown that nutrition plays a fundamental role in this process. What we put on our plates can have a direct impact on how our brain ages, for better or for worse. Today, I want to take you on an informative and, at the same time, hopeful journey. Let's discover which foods truly help memory, what science says about them, and how we can, in a simple way, include these brain allies in our daily lives. I'm Dr. Joni, and on this channel, I share health and nutrition tips for people over 40 who are looking for a better quality of life through food. So, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any tips that might be useful to you. Leave a like to support me and share this with more people. All right, the brain and food. A living connection. Many people still think that the brain is an isolated organ, as if it functions independently from the rest of the body. But the truth is, it directly depends on what we eat. Every second, the brain consumes about 20% of all the body's energy. It needs glucose, vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats to stay active, balanced, and healthy. When the diet is poor, based on ultra-processed foods with excess sugar and unhealthy fats, the brain suffers. Communication between neurons becomes impaired, inflammatory cells increase, and little by little, we lose mental clarity. On the other hand, a diet rich in protective nutrients helps the brain stay young, create new connections, and preserve memory. Science calls this nutritional neuroprotection, and it begins on the plate. The great allies of memory: fatty fish and the power of omega-3 fish such as salmon, sardines, tuna, and mackerel are extremely rich sources of omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, a type of fat essential for neuron function. DHA is part of the structure of brain cell membranes and helps in communication between nerve cells. Studies show that people with adequate levels of omega-3 have a lower risk of cognitive decline and perform better in memory and attention tests. Consuming fish twice a week can already make a significant difference. And for those who don't eat fish, there's the option of fish oil or algae-based supplements, always with medical guidance. Red fruits: small but powerful strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries are more than just fruits. They are true brain antioxidants. These fruits contain anthocyanins and flavonoids, compounds that reduce oxidative stress, one of the main causes of aging in brain cells. Research from Harvard University followed elderly women for over 20 years and found that those who regularly consumed berries showed cognitive aging up to 2.5 years slower than the others. It's an impressive finding. Small fruits, big results. Nuts and seeds: fuel for the mind. Walnuts, cashews, almonds, and flaxseed and chia seeds are sources of healthy fats, vitamin E, and minerals such as magnesium and zinc, all essential for the brain. Vitamin E, in particular, acts as a natural protector against neural aging. Studies show that diets rich in this vitamin are associated with better cognitive performance in older adults, just a handful a day. Small quantities, big benefits. Dark green leafy vegetables: spinach, kale, broccoli, and arugula are sources of folate, vitamin B9, vitamin K, and antioxidants. Folate is directly linked to the production of neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin, which influence mood, memory, and motivation. A study published in Neurology revealed that people who consume one daily serving of green leafy vegetables have the equivalent of 11 years less brain aging compared to those who rarely eat them. This shows that eating well is, in fact, a way to keep the mind young. Eggs and choline. Food for neurons. For a long time, eggs were unfairly seen as villains because of cholesterol. But today we know that they are powerful sources of choline, a nutrient essential for the formation of acetylcholine, the main neurotransmitter related to memory and learning. Eating eggs in moderation, as part of a balanced diet, stimulates cognitive performance and promotes communication between neurons. Whole grains and steady energy. The brain needs stable energy. Consuming whole grain breads, rice, and pasta provides slow-releasing glucose, preventing sudden energy spikes and drops. These foods also contain fiber, B-complex vitamins, and iron, nutrients that help keep the blood oxygenated and the brain active. Turmeric, the gold of memory. Turmeric, also known as curcuma, contains curcumin, an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compound with proven effects on the brain. Research indicates that curcumin can increase levels of BDNF, a protein that stimulates the creation of new neural connections. In addition, it helps reduce symptoms of mild depression and improves mental clarity. What we should avoid. Just as there are foods that protect, there are also those that accelerate brain aging. Excess refined sugars, alcoholic beverages, trans fats, and ultra-processed foods cause inflammation and impair brain oxygenation. These products stimulate the release of free radicals and reduce insulin sensitivity, directly affecting memory and concentration. In the long term, they may contribute to dementia, Alzheimer's, and accelerated cognitive decline. Therefore, taking care of nutrition is an act of prevention, perhaps one of the most important we can adopt as we age. Hydration and lifestyle. Brain nutrition is not limited to food. Water plays an essential role in conducting nerve impulses and eliminating toxins. Many people confuse memory lapses with dehydration. Even mild dehydration can reduce concentration and increase mental fatigue. In addition to hydration, sleep and physical activity are key factors. Sleeping well consolidates memory. Moving the body increases blood circulation in the brain. It is the balance between nutrition, rest, and movement that keeps the brain functioning harmoniously. Science and hope. What fascinates me most about this topic is realizing how science has shown that it's never too late to start. Even people who adopt a healthy diet later in life show real improvements in memory, mood, and energy. Studies on the so-called Mediterranean diet, for example, show a significant reduction in the risk of Alzheimer's among older adults who follow this eating pattern, rich in olive oil, fish, vegetables, and fruits. It's not a miracle, it's biology. The brain is plastic. It adapts, renews, and strengthens itself when it receives the right fuel. Guys, I'll leave some links in the description of this video with supplements that can help your health. If you have trouble sleeping or have gut issues, you should check them out below. Well, when I look at all of this, I realize that food is more than a matter of health. It's a way of caring for our story. Each meal is an opportunity to nourish not only the body but also the mind. By choosing foods that support memory, we are telling ourselves that we still have much to remember, live, and share. We are choosing clarity over confusion, presence over forgetfulness, vitality over fatigue. Memory is not a static archive. It is alive, shaped every day by our experiences, emotions, and choices. And what we put on our plate is one of those choices. So, when you prepare your next meal, remember, a handful of nuts, a serving of fish, a colorful plate of vegetables and fruits, small gestures that together protect what we have that is most precious, our mind and the memories that make us who we are. Taking care of memory is taking care of life. And that, indeed, is a choice worth making every day. We'll wrap up here. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share. I'll see you in the next video.